Well, most kids are going back to school, and while the idea of going back to school might not sound good to them, it might be a good opportunity to give them some practical education before they get back in that regular classroom.
Whether earning through an allowance or a job, giving children hands-on experience with money can help them learn how to share, save, spend, and grow their money wisely. We're joined again by certified financial planner Will Rogers about teaching kids about money. Will, always a very, very important topic to cover here for today.
Good topic, and Cliff, you nailed it. It's that hands-on experience. So as you're trying to teach your children about money, you need to give them some money to learn with and make mistakes with.
Right.
That's where they're going to really learn.
Well, let's hit it the nail on the head here. We're going to talk about 3 different age groups with recommendations for each. What ages are we going to focus on today, Will?
So we're going to start out when they're young, ages 5 to 13. Then we'll take a look at teenagers and ramping things up, but then also trying to teach your young adults, 18 plus, that may have left the household, but still looking for some of that education and guidance from mom and dad. Those are the 3 top ages we're going to be focusing on.
Well, let's talk about the youngins out there. How can we teach a young child about money?
When you're talking to a young child, consider the benefits of an allowance. And this is not wages for doing their chores around the house. This is just teaching them to take responsibility for some money, set up a budget, and learn about spending, saving, and donating with a responsible mindset. And you can show them the perks of saving. So opening up that savings account, having maybe an additional incentive where just like you get a 401k match at work, maybe they get a savings match on what they're putting aside. So then when that big purchase comes up, they've got that money that they've set up. And then finally, the donating, connecting a cause that's important to them with some of their time and talent and a little bit of money to show how maybe they helped out one of the animals at the Humane Society or something, for example.
Okay, good things to keep in mind there, too. Let's jump ahead to the second group here, the teenagers here. What works well with the teens?
So this is one that I did with my own kids, and it worked phenomenal of just having a debit card or a low limit credit card, and anything that they needed to do, they would have those purchases. And sure enough, one of my children did overspend, and I have some beautiful landscaping that my daughter Katie put in place in August. We're digging in the clay because she had to work off the overspending. And yeah, she made a mistake. She learned from it. But having that where they've got the money and they're balancing that each month, and I'm so glad they got in trouble because they learned it it was a $300 mistake, not a $3,000 or $30,000 mistake. The other things that work really good is the part-time or summer jobs that they can have, having some exposure to investments where maybe you open up an account. There's these new IRAs that can be set up for any child of any age that just got passed with a new tax bill. So we can have that. And another one that folks are so afraid to do, but just tell them about the family financial situation. You don't necessarily need to get into the exact dollars and cents, even though I encourage you to do so. But talk to your kids about the challenges you have. If you did get a big bonus, how are you making decisions what to do with the bonus?
Right.
If you're having to cut back because expenses are high, ask your kids for ideas as to how they might be able to help the family save money.
Okay.
All right, well, now on to the next category. How can you best help a young adult in this situation?
So you really want to be their resource. And there's so much information that's out there that may or may not be accurate when they're there. But as they're learning their life's lessons, being able to help out, it might be when they've got time to file their tax return. It might be when they're purchasing a car and doing the financing. And this is this real fine line of asking them, how would you like my help with any of these topics? Open enrollment is coming up for your children at workplace, and seeing if they've got any questions on that and contributing to the retirement plans. Another biggie, let them know what worked for you and what did not work. We learn so much more from our mistakes. Our kids know we are not Superman or Superwoman. Trust me, ask your kids, and they will have a list of the things you fell down. But being transparent about that and using that as just real life lessons instead of something in this textbook that's kind of out there.
Right.
Sharing that and your core values. That is a great way you can help a young adult.
All right, there you
Awesome.
go. And that's what we're talking about, teaching kids about money. Great things to keep in mind here. And go ahead, get that debit card or the low limit credit card. Something I had to do with our daughter. So
Yeah?
and that was a big help, making sure that she knew how to do it and not pull from mom and dad's cash straps anymore.
Well, and just as a side note with that, the beauty of it is as they had driver's license, if we needed something delivered instead of DoorDash or something, it was, child of mine, you've got the family credit card. I want you to stop by wherever on the way home.
Go,
and pick up. Yeah.
Right. Great things to keep in mind, Will. As always, we appreciate the information. It's great to see you again.
Good to be, you guys enjoy, and as the kids are getting ready to go back to school, share some of your own wisdom about wealth with your kids.